Once upon a time, in a quiet little village surrounded by mountains, there lived a young man named Marco. He was only 24, but his heart already carried the weight of 1,000 storms. Marco was restless. His mind never stopped. Thoughts about the past haunted him. Worries about the future drained him. From morning to night, his head was full of noise, like thunder and lightning inside his soul. He couldn't sleep well. He forgot how to laugh. And worst of all, he no longer knew what it felt like to be truly at peace. One evening, Marco heard whispers about a faraway village, hidden deep in the hills. People said an old wise man lived there. Years ago, he had been a famous psychologist in the city. He had helped many people heal their minds and discover peace. But when he grew old, he left the noise of the city and chose a simple life in nature. Sometimes, visitors who found him would receive a lesson that could change their lives forever. For Marco, this was hope, a small flame in the middle of his storm. He thought, maybe this old man can help me. Maybe he knows the secret I've been searching for. So, Marco set out on a journey. The road was long, the hills were steep, and his body grew tired. But his heart kept pushing him forward. Day after day, step after step, until finally, he reached the quiet village in the hills. There, covered in greenery, stood a small wooden house. On the porch sat the old man, his eyes gently closed, his breathing steady, his face calm like still water. For a long moment, Marco simply stood there, wondering how peace could look so real. Then he walked forward and whispered, "Grandfather, my mind is restless. I cannot stop thinking. I feel lost. I want peace in my heart. Can you help me?" The old man slowly opened his eyes. He looked at Marco with kindness and smiled softly. "So," he said, "you are searching for peace? Then come with me. I will give you a small task." He took Marco into his little yard, where he filled a glass with water, so full that not a single drop more could fit. Handing the glass to Marco, the old man said, "Take this glass, walk to the edge of the village and return. But remember, you must not spill even one drop." Marco stared at the glass in surprise. Was this a joke? But he saw the seriousness in the old man's eyes. So, he nodded and accepted the challenge. Carefully, he held the glass in both hands and began to walk. The path was narrow. Children were playing, shopkeepers were shouting, dogs barked, carts rolled by, villagers moved up and down the road. But Marco didn't look at them. His eyes stayed fixed only on the glass of water. Step by step, he walked, careful and steady, until he returned safely to the old man. "Grandfather," he said with pride, "I did it. Not a single drop spilled." The old man smiled. "That is good. But tell me, on your way, did you see the children laughing and playing? Did you notice the dogs barking? Did you hear the shopkeepers calling?" Marco shook his head. "No, I didn't see or hear anything. I was only focusing on the glass." The old man's smile grew wider. "Exactly. That is the secret. When you kept your whole mind on the water, there was no space for the past. There was no fear of the future. Your mind became still, because it lived only in this moment. That, my son, is peace." Suddenly, it clicked. Marco's eyes opened wide as he whispered to himself, "Peace is not something outside, it's already inside me. When I live in the present moment." He bowed his head deeply and said, "Grandfather, I understand now. If I want to calm my mind, I must keep it here. In this moment, that is when real peace begins." The old man closed his eyes again, smiling in silence. The sun was setting behind the hills, painting the sky with golden light. Birds were flying home to their nests. And Marco, no longer the restless young man who had arrived, walked away quietly, carrying a new peace within him. From that day on, Marco was changed. His mind was no longer a storm. He had discovered the secret, that a calm heart is born when we stop chasing yesterday, when we stop fearing tomorrow, and when we simply live, right here, right now. Sparkles, if this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs peace today. And remember, peace is not far away. It is already within you, waiting for you to return to this moment. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to hear more inspiring stories like this one, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means a lot, and it helps us keep bringing you stories of wisdom, hope, and strength. Until next time, stay well, stay peaceful, and take care of your heart.